After a long anticipation, the three-time Alaska Baseball League champion Mat-Su Miners are back here at Herman Brothers Field. The wait is over. It's time for the Alaska Baseball League, the 2019 season opening day, coming up in just a couple of minutes, folks, on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball here in Palmer, Alaska. It's going to be the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks taking on the Mat-Su Miners. Hello, everybody. Brandon Monty here, alongside my good colleague and partner, Nick Veland. And Nick, we are ready. The fans are ready. The players are ready. The wait is over. The Alaska Baseball League is back.
Yeah, Herman Brothers Stadium right now is filled to capacity with fans from all over Palmer and the fans coming out from Chugiak to support their Chinooks. And you know the Palmer natives get behind their Miners.
Absolutely a big support system here for the Alaska Baseball League. Let's not waste any more time with first pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. First, for the visiting Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. Batting in the leadoff spot is Brandon Cody. He'll be out in right field. Batting second, the speedy center fielder Jess Davis. Hitting third, J. Paul Fullerton. He'll be behind the plate doing the catching. In the cleanup spot, the DH, Ethan English. Batting fifth, first baseman Daniel Freeman. In the sixth spot, shortstop Pate Fullerton. Batting seventh over at the hot corner third base will be Joe Brazil. In the eighth spot for the Chinooks, the second baseman Mason Corbett. And rounding out the order, Hayden Keller. He is out in left. On the mound tonight for your Mat-Su Miners, right-hander George Arias, a 5'11", 177-pound righty out of Tucson, Arizona, by way of the University of Arizona. First season as a Wildcat went 0-0, 7.63 ERA in 30 2/3 innings of work, 21 appearances, 1 start. Miners going to be looking for a quality start out of Arias here to start the season.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see, coming off of mainly being in the relief spot for Arizona, transitioning himself to the starter for the Miners tonight.
We'll see how it pans out as we take a look at Herman Brothers Field here. Just a little bit friendlier to right-handed hitters than it is to lefties. 322 feet to the left field foul pole, 342 feet out in left center, 390 to dead center, 345 to right center, and then 322 out to the right field foul pole as the Miners are introduced here. And while they're being introduced, we might as well take a look at the defensive alignment for manager Tyler LeBrun's squad. Sam Thompson will be behind the plate. Drew Williamson is over at first. Josh Bristian is at second. Tanner Carlson is at third. And then over at shortstop, it's going to be Caden Hogan. And then out in the outfield, from left to right, Matt Palmer is out in left field. Marcos Castillo will be patrolling center. And Justin Kirby rounds things out. He is out in right. The Miners went 27-17 last year en route to a third consecutive Alaska Baseball League championship. They swept the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks in the first round of the ABL playoffs last year, 2-0. Last year, the Miners went 7-4 against the Chinooks. And Nick, Herman Brothers Field has not been a particularly friendly place for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks over the last couple of seasons. The Miners have defeated the Chinooks 10 consecutive times, dating here at Herman Brothers Field, dating back to June 15th, 2017. It's been 720 days since the Chinooks won in this park.
That is right, and the Chinooks have a pretty decent shot tonight. It's the first game of the season. You know, the emotions are running high. First game of the year, defending champs might get a little overexcited, and they could possibly, give the Chinooks a fighting shot tonight.
I'm sure the Chinooks still have a pretty sour taste in their mouth from last year's postseason. The Chinooks were able to secure a fourth-place spot in the playoffs last year. That ended a 10-year playoff drought for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. The last time they appeared in the playoffs was 2007, which, by the way, was the year they've won their only title when they were the AIA Fire. Meanwhile, the Matsu Miners look to begin their quest for a 4th consecutive Alaska Baseball League championship and their 9th ABL title in team history. And that will begin in just a few moments as George Arias gets his warm-ups in. The Miners managed this year by first-year skipper Tyler LeBrun, was an assistant on the squad last year. Pitching coach Jeff Erlab, assistant coach David Dennis, the Chinooks manager John Groth, pitching coach Chris Beck, assistant coaches Dalton Smith, Troy Harvey, and Sam Potter. As digging into the box is right-hander Brandon Cody. It will be a righty-on-righty matchup to start this one as the ABL season is just about set to kick off. Arias will be working off the right side of the mound. Gets his sign. First pitch. Swung, fouled to the left side in the infield, and the 2019 ABL season is underway with a foul ball, strike one. Temperature at game time, 62 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Winds blowing south-southeast at about 8 miles per hour. Shouldn't be much of a factor as the 0-1 swung on, hit to right field. Soft liner, base hit, will drop in front of Justin Kirby, and the Chinooks have their first base runner of the season as Brandon Cody is aboard with nobody down, and that's going to bring up the speedy redshirt freshman Jess Davis by way of the University of Alabama Birmingham. Davis, 48 of 57 in stolen bases on the season as a member of the UAB Blazers, second in Division I in stolen bases. He had a career high of 5 of them back on February the 15th. Arias working out of the stretch, deals. Misses away with a fastball, 1-0. Davis, a .296 hitter this past year, no homers, 34 RBIs, 26 walks, and as we mentioned, 48 stolen bases. Arias working from the right side of the mound, kicks and deals, again misses outside with a fastball. Count swells to 2-0. Arias this past year, no decisions, 7.63 record in 30 2/3 innings of work, 21 appearances, just 1 start. Arias gets his sign, the 2-0. Again misses away, count swells to 3-0. Arias 26 strikeouts, 19 walks, 1 save. And opponents hit .304 against him this past year. Just concluded his first year as a Wildcat as he misses away and he walks Jess Davis on 4 straight pitches. So the Chinooks have runners at first and second to start this ball game. Nobody down, and that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, another UAB Blazer, left-hander J. Paul Fullerton.
Not the start that George Arias would have hoped for. Runners on first and second, no outs. Let's see how he battles to try to limit the damage here in the top of the first.
Shortstop playing close to second for the Miners. 2 runners on, nobody out. Arias deals. Swung on, fouled off by Fullerton. 0-1. If a foul ball does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. 0-1 count now on J. Paul Fullerton. Arias still working from the right side of the mound. Checks the runner at second and deals. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike 2. Nice pitch there. Had Fullerton's knees buckled there.
Beautiful pitch there.
Fullerton, a .341 hitter this past year at UAB. 3 homers, 20 RBIs. He's down in the count 0-2. 0-2 pitch on the way from Arias. Fastball just misses high, 1-2. George Arias named a perfect game first-team All-State Pitcher of the Year as a junior. In high school, went 10-4 with a 1.79 ERA. Arias checks the runner at second. The 1-2 breaking ball swung on, grounded to first, just goes foul as it skips into the outfield and will do it again, 1-2. J. Paul Fullerton left-handed hitter, returning member of the Chinooks, member of the 2018 squad, a 5-game streak of 2+ hits from March 2nd to March 8th. A dangerous threat at the plate here. The 1-2. Fastball swung on, a little nubber in front of the mound. Arias collects it, fires over to first in time for the first out of the inning, but in the process, both runners move up 90 feet. So it'll be second and third with one down for the cleanup hitter, the DH, Ethan English. Ethan English stepping in, 14 homers, 44 RBIs out of Indiana Wesleyan University. Arias gets his sign, deals. Breaking ball in there. A late call, but he catches the inside corner for strike one. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 0-2. Arias takes a deep breath, gets his sign. Runners on second and third, one out. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled away off to the right. Count 0-2. Runners on second and third with just one man out. Chinooks threatening to strike first here in the top half of the first as English steps out of the batter's box to take a timeout. Arias gets his sign and he's ready. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. The fastball got him. Two down now in the inning. A big strikeout there to punch out the cleanup hitter, Ethan English, and that's going to bring up the right-handed first baseman, Daniel Freeman. Freeman, a .320 hitter this past year at Columbia State Community College. 7 homers, 46 runs batted in, 13 doubles to his credit. First pitch from Arias. Swung on, popped up foul, and out of play, 0-1. George Arias, a first-team All-Conference, All-City, and All-District member as both a sophomore and a junior, looking to work his way out of an early jam here in the top of the first. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, line to left center field. That could be trouble. A dive by the center fielder, but he can't quite get it. That could be extra bases. Freeman heading to second. He slides in with a double, and that is a 2-run double for Daniel Freeman as the Chinooks break it open here in the top half of the first. It's quickly 2-0. So George Arias running into a bit of trouble here in the top half of the first as Daniel Freeman picks up his first 2 ribbies of the year with a gapper to left center. He's now on second. And Pate Fullerton digs in, the 6th hitting shortstop by way of Jefferson College, a .311 hitter this past year, 3rd in the NJCAA with 57 walks. First pitch to him. Fastball just misses inside, 1-0. Fullerton helped lead Jefferson College to the Region 16 tournament for the 5th consecutive time this past year. Arias gets his sign and deals. Swung on and fouled off behind the plate. Not a play. The count even now at 1-1. Dating back to 2014, the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks have lost 21 of their last 24 games here at Herman Brothers Field as the 1-1 misses inside with the fastball, 2-1. The Miners have won 10 consecutive games here at Herman Brothers Field against the Chinooks. The Chinooks, however, 10-6 last year when they scored first as the 2-1 pitch in the dirt, but Fullerton chased it, and the count again even now, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second here as Arias looks to hold the Chinooks to 2 here in this opening frame. Arias still working out of the stretch and off the right side of the mound. Checks the runner at second and deals. Curveball grounded foul to the first base side. The Chinooks were just 5-17 last year on the road. And those 17 losses came off of 2 big losing streaks, an 8-game one in June, and then 9 consecutive losses in July. Arias again checks the runner at second. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 called. Got him with the fastball in the outside corner, and the side is retired. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Chinooks. After the top of the first, the Chinooks lead the Miners 2-0. And we're back here as the bottom of the first is set to start here as the Miners look to even the slate down 2-0 after a half an inning to the Chinooks. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Tyler LeBrun's Miners. Josh Briston bats leadoff, and he'll be at second base. Sam Thompson will bat second, and he'll be behind the dish catching. Hitting third, Justin Kirby. He's out in right field. Drew Williamson will bat in the cleanup spot. He is over at first base. Tanner Carlson bats fifth. He's over at third. Anthony Notero bats sixth. He's the DH. Caden Hogan bats seventh. He's over at short. Matt Palmer will bat eighth. He is in left. And rounding out the order, Marcos Castillo. He is in center. On the mound for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks, left-hander Zach Sundine by way of Aurora, Colorado, as it will be a lefty on righty matchup to start this one, as Josh Briston, the right-hander from Gonzaga, digs in. First pitch to him. Ground ball headed towards short. Up with it, throws on to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sundine to start the bottom of the first. As Pete Fullerton makes the play there, and stepping in will be the catcher, Sam Thompson. By way of Bremen, Georgia, and Kent State University, did not play in his freshman season as a member of the Golden Flashes, as Sundine deals first pitch fastball in there at the knees for a called strike 1. Thompson was a part of the 25th best recruiting class of 2018 Kent State, as the 0-1 pitch misses and the count even now 1-1 with 1 out. He was also the 25th best catcher out of Georgia in his recruiting class. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses away, 2-1 the count. Zach Sundine 1-4 with a 6.61 ERA this past year at Metro State as he deals 2-1. Pitch fouled off behind the plate. There could be room for the catcher, but it will sail out of play. So the count's still even now at 2-2. Sundyne again, a 5'10", 165-pound southpaw. Just finished his junior year at Metro State, 1-4 record, 6.61 ERA, 32 2/3 innings pitched, made 12 appearances, 6 of which were starts, and opponents hit .315 against him. The 2-2 on the way. Again fouled off behind the plate, and the count will stay the same. We'll do it again at 2-2. Sundyne spent his 2017-18 seasons at Lamar Community College. As he deals again 2-2. This one in the dirt, and the count has swelled to full, 3-2. Justin Kirby waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's hit out to center field, but should be playable out there, and Jess Davis will corral it for the second out of the bottom of the first. And from one Kent State Golden Flash to the next, here comes Justin Kirby. Right-handed hitting right fielder by way of Alpharetta, Georgia. First in the MAC this past year in slugging percentage, 4th in homers. He had a 3-home run game against Northern Illinois back on April 19th. Zach Sundyne working quickly. Here's the first pitch. Line drive back up the middle and a base hit. So Justin Kirby is aboard here, and the Miners have life here in the bottom of the first as Kirby reaches first on a line drive single up the middle. And that is going to bring up the cleanup man. Left-handed hitting first baseman Drew Williamson by way of Bruton, Alabama, and the University of Alabama, a .290 hitter this past year for the Crimson Tide. Sundyne now working from the stretch, deals. Fastball in there on the outside corner, called strike one. Williamson, 2 homers, 21 RBIs, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 40 walks, and was 4 for 5 on stolen bases in his first year with the Crimson Tide. The 0-1 on the way. Breaking ball breaks a little too far outside, and it's 1-1.
Let's see if the Miners can do a little rally in the valley, as they call it here in Palmer.
Absolutely, as they'll look to even the slate here, or perhaps take the lead in the bottom of the first, as Sundyne keeping Kirby honest over there with a pickoff throw to first. Justin Kirby is a threat to swipe a bag. He was 9 of 11 this past year in his first year with the Golden Flashes, stealing bases. Sundyne checks Kirby over at first and deals. A fastball misses away. 2-1 the count now to the 6'5", 210-pound Drew Williamson. Williamson reached base safely in the first 11 games of the 2019 season for Alabama. Sundyne checks Kirby again, the 2-1. Fastball fouled behind the plate and off the fence of the backstop. And the count now even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at first for the Miners as they trail the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks here 2-0 in the first frame. Sundyne's ready. Gets his sign and will throw back over to first, just trying to keep Kirby honest. Drew Williamson put together a 5-game hitting streak from March 24th to the 31st. He batted .474 in that span. Sundyne ready, and he deals. Fastball misses high, and the count is full, 3-2. The Miners were just 8-10 last season when they did not score first, as Sundyne deals on a full count. This ball's hit well. Left center field gap. This one's going to be trouble, and it's going to be a one-hopper off the wall. Kirby rounding third. He is headed home, and the Miners are on the board for the first time this season as they cut the lead in half off the strength of an RBI double to left field from Drew Williamson.
That's what you love to see from a cleanup hitter. And in any other ballpark in the ABL, that could have been out of here, but Herman Brothers Field is a very friendly ballpark for pitchers.
Nonetheless, the Miners are on the board and looking for more here as Tanner Carlson, the third baseman, steps in by way of Long Beach State. First pitch to him, line drive, it gets past the shortstop into center field. Drew Williamson rounding third, he is headed for home, and just like that, This ball game is tied. First pitch, first RBI of the season for Tanner Carlson. 2-2 Chinooks and Miners here in the bottom of the first.
Good old 2-out rally in the valley.
Yes, sir. It is a rally in the valley indeed, as J. Paul Fullerton will head out to the mound and have a quick visit with his southpaws ex-Sundine, who breezed through the first two batters of this inning. But it's a rally in the valley here, all with 2 outs. And Anthony Notero will look to keep it going, the designated hitter by way of Anacortes, Washington. And Washington State University digs in for his first plate appearance of the season. Runner on first, 2 down. Sundine throws over to first to keep Carlson honest.
Miners hitters are loving that first pitch. He's throwing 3 out of the 5 first batters were first pitch swingers.
Sundine checks the runner. First pitch on the way to Notero. Grounded to first. Gets past the first baseman Freeman into right field. And Carlson tripped on second base trying to go to third. But nonetheless, he is standing on second. The Miners have 2 runners on here as the rally in the valley continues with 2 down. And Caden Hogan will look to keep it going. Out of the 7th spot, Hogan, a shortstop by way of Long Beach State University and Reno, Nevada. Batting from the right side against the left-handed Sundine, he deals fastball, misses away, 1-0. 4 hits thus far in the inning for the Miners after the first 2 batters were retired. Sundine looks over at first, now over to second, and deals the 1-0 in the dirt, and the count swells to 2-0. Caden Hogan this past year for the Long Beach State Dirtbags, a .250 hitter, 1 homer, 9 RBIs, 6 doubles, and 2 for 3 on stolen bases. Sundine gets his sign, checks the runners. He deals. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count has swelled to 3-0. And we'll see if Caden Hogan will take here on this 3-0 count or if he'll have the green light. Sundine working from the stretch. Checks the runners again. Deals. Fastball in there on the inside corner. Called strike, 3-1. Caden Hogan, a 2-time All-Region selection, a Defensive Player of the Year, and a second-team All-State selection. Hogan digs in, the 3-1. Fastball fouled off to the left side, out of play. And the count is now full, 3-2. So the runners should be going on this next pitch with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. Anthony Notero standing on first, Tanner Carlson at second. And Caden Hogan at the dish looking to potentially give the Miners the lead here. 3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and the side is retired, but not before the Miners tie it up. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We're through 1 frame here at Herman Brothers Field. Chinooks and Miners tied at 2. The 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Chinooks here in the top of the second. Game tied at 2. Chinooks struck first in the top of the first with 2, but the Miners got it right back as George Arias back out. First pitch lined up the middle, base hit for Joe Brazil. And just as they did in the top of the first, the Chinooks start off the top of the second with a line drive base hit, and that was a little chuck and duck there for Arias, a liner right back to the pitcher's mound.
He definitely had to duck out of the way of that one if he didn't want to get his head hit right there.
That's going to bring up the number 8 hitting second baseman Mason Corbett by way of Texas A&M. Runner on first, nobody out for the Chinooks. Arias deals, fastball misses outside, 1-0. Mason Corbett appeared in 11 games for the Aggies this past season. Didn't play in his first year at Texas A&M. Arias working out of the stretch and the right side of the mound, deals. Breaking ball in there for a called strike one. Count even now at 1-1.
Early trouble for Arias again. Let's see if he can limit the damage early on in this ball game.
Infield in double play. Def, shortstop and second baseman leaning towards the middle. Arias still working out of the stretch. The 1-1. Fastball just misses outside. And the Miners crowd thought it was in there. George Arias thought it was in there, but nonetheless, it's 2-1. Mason Corbett, a .333 hitter this past year for the Texas A&M Aggies. 2-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, and the count again even at 2-2. A nice backdoor cut there for Arias to even the count. Runner on first, nobody down, 2-2 count. Arias looks over at Joe Brazil, and now a pickoff throw to first. But Brazil slides in, back in time. Arias gets his sign, he's got what he likes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball just misses outside again, and the count is full, 3-2. Mason Corbett went 1 for 1 with a double and 1 run in a victory against Prairie View A&M back on February 20th, his lone double of the season. 3-2 pitch on its way. Fastball misses low and outside, ball 4. So again, for the second consecutive inning, the Chinooks have 2 runners on to start the frame, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, the left-handed hitting left fielder, Hayden Keller. Keller coming from Mendocino College by way of Minden, Nevada. Previously at Northwest Nazarene University, where he hit .203 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Arias' first pitch. Chopper right in front of the mound. Arias collects it, throws over to first in time for the first out of the inning. And Nick, it's almost a complete replica of the top of the first. 2 runners on, and then just a little number in front of the mound that Arias collected and throws over to first for the out.
Almost like a bunt situation there, just to move the runners over to second and third. And we'll see if it's as effective as the first inning for the Chinooks.
Brandon Cody, the leadoff hitter for the Chinooks, digs in. He is 1 for 1 on the day. He singled the leadoff and also scored the first run of the game. Arias' first pitch, swing and a miss by Cody, and it's quickly 0-1. A nice low fastball there from George Arias as he'll try to work his way out of trouble here in the top of the second. Arias gets his sign, nods and deals. Another swing and a miss on the fastball on the outside corner, and Brandon Cody is now in an 0-2 hole. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Chinooks with 3 hits in this one. Here's the 0-2. Good waist pitch there by Arias. Tried to get him with the off speed on the outside. Cody thought about chasing it, but resisted, and it's 1-2.
Sorry about that camera malfunction back home. If you were watching, the camera kind of dipped, and it was a little too low for you, but we'll get that all fixed for you.
1-2 pitch, fouled off and out of play to the right side, and we'll do it again, 1-2. Brandon Cody started 45 times in center field this past year and had 18 extra base hits. He had a 4-game hitting streak 5 different times throughout this past season at Biola University, as the 1-2 to him is chopped to shortstop. This could be a tough play. Hogan fires over to first in time, but not before the 3rd run of the game scores. And chalk that one up as an RBI groundout for Brandon Cody. And the Chinooks once again have the lead. It's 3-2. Runners at the corners now. 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Jess Davis, the second hitting center fielder. Davis didn't have to lift the bat off his shoulders in his last at-bat, was walked on 4 pitches. First pitch to him. And a fastball misses inside, 1-0. Runner at third, 2 outs, 1-0 count. George Arias looks to get out of it here with just 1 run. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Nice pitch by the 5'11 right-hander, and the count back to even at 1-1. Jess Davis played his summer ball last season in the Great Lakes Summer League with the Lima Locos. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball just missed. No, a called strike 2. Late call there by the home plate umpire. Yes, indeed.
You had to think real hard about that one. Don't see that often. It was a very big delay there for the umpire.
1-2, 2 down, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball fouled off to the left and just barely stays in play, but not playable for Matt Palmer out there in left field. And we'll do it again, 1-2. Jess Davis, a career-high 5 stolen bases back on February 15th. The 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs, count even at 2-2. As these Miners fans backing up George Arias here as he looks to get out of trouble here in the top half of the second. The 2-2 on its way. Swung on, grounded to first. Williamson up with it, flips over to Arias at first, and the side is retired. Chinooks get 1 more. They now lead the Miners 3-2 as the Miners will come back to bat in the bottom half of the second.
I've got 6 to read you here. We've got winning tickets. 269-992, 269-992, 269-800, 269-800, 137, 1504, 137, 1504, 137.
The 8-9-1 coming up for the Matsu Miners here in the bottom half of the second as they trail the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks here 3-2 on this opening night of the ABL season. Leading off, Matt Palmer, an Alaska native and .266 hitter this past year at Waldorf University. Takes one over to third, ground ball. Up with it, throws on to first, and it gets away from the first baseman on a one-hopper. As Matt Palmer will advance to second on the defensive blunder there. So chalk that one up as an error by Joe Brazil. So Palmer reaches base. He's on second with nobody down, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter. Right-handed hitting outfielder Marcos Castillo by way of Coppin State. A .349 hitter this past year. Sundine ready and deals. First pitch misses just a bit low, and it's 1-0. Marcos Castillo, 9th in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference in average, and 6th in slugging percentage this past year. Sundine deals on 1-0. This ball's hit out to right field. Drifting over is the right fielder Cody. He makes the catch in foul ground. Palmer will tag up, and he comes in standing at third. So a nice job there by Castillo to advance the runner to third, and that's going to bring us back to the top of the minor order with second baseman Josh Briston. Briston a prime RBI opportunity here to once again even the slate here in the bottom half of the second. Palmer standing on third. That run would be unearned, however, due to the error by Joe Brazil. Sundine working out of the windup again. First pitch. Breaking ball drops in there for a called strike one. 2 runs, 4 hits thus far in this game for the Miners as the 1-0 pitch on its way nearly gets Briston as he dodges it. Too far inside. And the count even now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 man on over at third. Sundine deals, working quickly. Fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike, and Briston's down 1-2. Briston grounded out to short his first time up. Sundine ready, the 1-2 on its way. Breaking ball misses in the dirt and outside, count even again at 2-2. Josh Briston spent 2 seasons at Paradise Valley Community College in Phoenix, Arizona prior to his time with Gonzaga. Program record .387 average as a sophomore. Here's a 2-2 pitch, grounded over to third. Up with it is Brazil. He fires over to first and this time makes the play, and Palmer unable to advance on that ground out. So a big out there for Zach Sundine as there's now 2 down.
Yeah, he was able to right his wrong there a little bit, as now there's 2 outs and a little bit harder for that runner at third to score here.
Runner at third, 2 men down, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Sam Thompson. Sundine still working out of the windup. First pitch. Breaking ball just misses outside, 1-0. Thompson flew out to center field his first time aboard. Winds and deals. Ground ball deflects off Palmer at third base, and a foul ball as well. So the count even now at 1-1.
He'll feel that tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Sundine ready. Still working out of the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count swells to 2-1. The Miners now in their 43rd season. And couldn't ask for much better weather to start that season tonight as the 2-1 swung on and missed. Thompson chased one in the dirt, count even now at 2-2. They were calling for rain for most of the night, but it looks as though it's held off for the most part.
Yeah, we head over to the ballpark at like 3:30 today, and at 7 o'clock exactly, they said 90% chance with thunderstorms, and it turned out to be a beautiful night here.
2-2 pitch. Popped up, out of play behind the backstop. That's why you don't trust future weather forecasts, folks.
Exactly.
It was between a 40 and 60% chance of rain for most of the night after 7 p.m., but just some clouds as the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. Got him. A nice pitch to retire the side. The Miners can't get anything in the bottom of the second. We'll go to inning number 3 with the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks leading 3-2. The 3, 4, and 5 here for the Chinooks here, coming up in the top of the third as J. Paul Fullerton takes a called first strike on the outside corner. Fullerton, a left-handed hitter going up against the right-handed Arias. Here's the 0-1. Misses away with the breaking ball. 1-1 the count. Fullerton grounded out to the pitcher in his first time aboard. Arias ready, working from the right side of the mound. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 2. The Miners' next game will be on Friday, June 7th, back here at Herman Brothers Field against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. As the 1-2 pitch to Fullerton fastball misses away 2-2. Be the second game in a 4-game homestand to start the 2019 season.
4 games at home and then basically 6 on the road.
Fullerton takes one out to center field, but should be no problem for Castillo. Takes a few steps to his right and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So for the first time in this game, Arias able to set that first guy down. But he is by no means out of the woods here as the cleanup hitter, Ethan English, digs in. Ethan English struck out swinging his first time aboard. Left fielder Matt Palmer playing a bit back and to his right. First pitch on the way from Arias. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. And the Miners will have a doubleheader on June 8th against the Anchorage Bucks before traveling on a big road stand as he swings and grounds it to second. Up with it is Bristian over to first in time for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down here for George Arias to start the third. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, first baseman Daniel Freeman. Freeman, a double in his first time aboard. Hitting from the right side, righty on righty matchup here. Arias first pitch. Breaking ball drops in there on the inside corner for a called strike 1. The Miners will have a 7-game road stand after they complete their June 8th matchup doubleheader against the Bucks, as Arias has got Freeman quickly down in the count now 0-2 after that fastball. Arias working from the right side of the mound, gets his sign, deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him to chase the breaking ball away, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Chinooks in the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Chinooks still lead it 3-2. Pitching change here for the Chinooks in the bottom half of inning number 3 as right-hander Tyler O'Clair will toe the slab for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks, a 6'5", 195-pound right-hander by way of Calera, Alabama, and the University of Alabama, Birmingham. A Calera High School first-team All-State and All-County selection back in 2018. He threw a no-hitter in the state playoffs as a senior. This past year as a UAB Blazer, 4-2 record, 5.29 ERA in 51 innings of work, 41 strikeouts, opposed to 29 walks. He'll have the task of facing the 3, 4, and 5 of this minor lineup here in the bottom half of inning number 3 as Justin Kirby set to dig in. Drew Williamson on deck and Tanner Carlson waiting behind him.
Weird early change for the Chinooks, switching up pitchers this early in the ball game. He gave up 2 runs, but he was very effective in the second inning.
Zach Sundine's day is done after just 2 innings as Justin Kirby set to dig in. He singled his first time around and scored. First pitch to him. Hit out to right field. This could be a tough play for Brandon Cody. Running to his left. Can't quite make the play, but it is foul. He drops to 0-1 in the count. Justin Kirby, 4 hits, 5 RBIs, and 4 runs in that game I mentioned against Northern Illinois back on April 19th. Those were all season highs for the 5'11 freshman outfielder.
Kirby got things started in the first inning for the Miners as he singled right up the middle on the first pitch. See if he can do that again, get things going for the Miners.
We'll see if he can instigate another rally in the valley as the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in there on the outside corner. And Kirby quickly down in the count now, 0-2. As Tyler Auclair, good command of the strike zone thus far. Working from the windup, he deals. Fastball just misses the outside corner. Tried to get Kirby to chase, but didn't work. 1-2 the count. (3-2) our score here. Bottom half of the third as Auclair deals. This one's hit a little looper out to right field. Could be a tough play, but Brandon Cody runs in and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the cleanup man, left-handed hitting first baseman Drew Williamson. Williamson doubled his first time up and scored one of the 2 minor runs on the day thus far.
Now back for the Miners, first baseman, number 35.
Righty on lefty matchup here. 1 down, first pitch to Williamson. Breaking ball drops in there for a called strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. Fastball catches the outside corner. Don't think Williamson agreed with that one, but regardless, it's 0-2. Drew Williamson, rated as the number 2 outfielder and the number 10 player in Alabama out of high school, is ready. 0-2, grounded foul to the right side. 425 on base percentage, 381 slugging percentage in his freshman season as a member of the Crimson Tide.
The Chinooks getting a little bit of a rhythm defensively as they retired the last 4.
Auclair shrugs one sign off. Now he's got what he likes. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. 1-2 the count. The second baseman, Corbett, playing deep. Just barely on the hedge of the outfield grass as Auclair's ready. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball drops in, a called strike 3, and Williamson is set down for the second out of the inning.
Now back for the Miners, makes some noise for third baseman, number 8, Tanner Carlson.
That's going to bring up Tanner Carlson. A third baseman singled in his first time around. We'll see if he can duplicate that success here in the bottom of the third. Chinooks leading the Miners 3-2. Auclair is ready. First pitch. Fastball catches the inside corner, and Auclair's really got his stuff working here out of the Chinooks bullpen. Great command of the strike zone again thus far. Auclair working out of the windup in the middle of the mound. 0-1 pitch in the dirt with a fastball, and the count back to even at 1-1. Tanner Carlson helped lead Elk Grove High School to 3 straight sectional titles from 2015 to 2017. As he awaits the 1-1. Fastball just misses the outside corner. 2-1 our count. Tanner Carlson's brother Dylan was a first-round pick by the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2016. As Carlson awaits the 2-1. Fastball misses upstairs, 3-1. Carlson hit .363 with 13 RBIs, 4 doubles, 4 triples, and 1 homer as a senior. A .167 hitter this past year at Long Beach State. Here's a 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4, and the Miners have a base runner. As Tanner Carlson will take his first walk of the year. That's going to bring up the number 6 hitter, Anthony Notero. Runner on first. 2 outs here for the Miners in the bottom half of the third. Notaro singled his first time around. Auclair now working out of the stretch in the left side of the mound, throws over to first to keep Carlson honest. Notero, a .368 hitter this past year for the Washington State Cougars. 1 homer, 3 RBIs, 7 runs scored, and 5 walks. Auclair working out of the stretch. First pitch. Breaking ball gets away to the backstop, and that will allow Carlson to advance to second on the wild pitch. Really the first pitch of this inning that Auclair hasn't had good command of his stuff. Well, he did just walk Carlson there, missed on a couple close ones, but that one got away from the catcher, J. Paul Fullerton. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, runner on second, and Anthony Notaro at the dish. 1-0 on the way. Ground ball headed towards short. Up with it, throws on to first in time, and they'll get him with a tag to end the bottom of the third. Miners don't get anything in the bottom half of inning number 3. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Chinooks still lead it 3-2.
And as the top of the fourth starts here at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer, Alaska. Sun still up and shining as George Arias heads to the mound for his 4th inning of pitching. And here's the first pitch of the inning. In there for strike 1. 0-1's the count, no outs as the Chinooks still lead the Miners here 3-2 as that pitch misses outside for 1-1's the count. Up to the plate for the Chinooks is Pate Fullerton as he takes ball 2, 2-1's the count. Fullerton struck out in the first inning as he is ahead in the count, 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Checks his swing but he brings it back in time as that will be ball 3. 3-1's the count. Pate Fullerton from Searcy, Arkansas, takes ball 2. The count will go full. 3-2 count. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Fullerton calls time, gets another practice swing in there, and steps back into the batter's box. And here comes the payoff pitch. Lined into left field. Running back is Palmer, and he will make the catch for out number 1. So Arias getting ahead in the inning for the 2nd inning in a row, as that seems to be very successful for him, as he got behind in the first 2 innings, which caused the Chinooks to get out to a 3-2 lead. But ever since then, he's been knocking them down, as he's retired 7 in a row now. So he takes ball 1 as number 8, Joe Brazil, steps up to the plate. Brazil singled and later scored in the 2nd inning, as he takes strike 1.
And George Arias has done a very good job of settling down and really just settling into this game after those first 2 innings.
Grounder to the third baseman, Trevor Carlson throws to Williamson at first for out number 2. So that's 8 in a row now that Arias has struck down, and he's definitely gotten to a rhythm.
And that can be, from some jitters, too. It's opening day, the fans are out. It's an exciting time. Your first time pitching for a team, you could have some of those jitters, those nerves, but it seems to have settled down now.
And as Corbett steps up into the plate, he takes ball 1. 1-0's the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th as Chinooks lead the Miners 3-2. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Lined into left center field. That looks like it's going to drop and head to the fence, as Castillo makes the throw to the cutoff man. And Corbett will be in safely for a stand-up double. So the Chinooks looking to get a little 2-out rally here, as Corbett gets things going with a double. Hayden Keller steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 today. And it looks like the Miners will have a little pitching change, as Coach Tyler LeBrun heads to the mound. Might be to calm things down. Nope. Number 22, Evan Floyd, looks to be coming in for the Miners, as George Arias' day is over for the Miners, but gave up 3 runs, 4 hits. 3 hits in his 3 2/3 innings pitched. Pitcher for the Miners now is Evan Floyd. Went to Air Force, then to Pensacola Community College. At Air Force, he was 0-2 with a 10.43 ERA with 1 save. And in high school, was ranked 50th pitcher out of the state of Florida. Last year, he pitched for St. Louis. And in his year of pitching there, he pitched for 3 innings. And very successful, as he has a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, as Evan Floyd is continuing to warm up. And Brandon, you can tell that the Miners are kind of getting off to a little slow start here. Their hitting's not where they wanted to start out with, as they got off to a hot start and just kind of started to cool down a little bit. What do you think they need to be doing to, get back into this ball game?
Well, again, a lot of it is probably the jitters, and both teams now in the bullpens, so really anything can happen once the bullpens get involved. And Nick, there is a lot of baseball left to be played, so we'll see what happens against the Miners. the Sticks are going really well here. They've got 4 hits in this one. They trail the Chinooks by just 1. Like I said, there's a lot of baseball left to play. We'll see how it plays out here. And Evan Floyd, a crafty veteran, we'll see if he can work his way out of this jam here in the top half of the 4th.
Evan Floyd done warming up here for the Miners as he is about to toe the rubber for his first pitch in the 2019 ABL season for him. He's coming to the ball game as he's down 3-2, and a runner on second that is credited to Arias. Toes the rubber, kicks and deals. Fastball just outside for ball 1. Facing off against Hayden Keller, who is 0 for 1 today, with a grounder right back to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Drive to right field. Back goes Kirby, and that will be gone. Not the start Evan Floyd wanted, as Hayden Keller takes a pitch and drives it to right field as the Chinooks extend their lead 5-2. He got all of that one, and as we mentioned earlier, Herman Brothers Field is not a hitter's ballpark, but he got all of that one and drove it to right field. Kirby backed up as far as he could as that one lifted over the wall there. Chinooks now lead 5-2. As the top of the lineup for the Chinooks is up to bat with 2 outs here in the 4th. One and one's the count as Brandon Cody steps up to the plate. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop. Caden Hogan was able to make the stop. No throw to first as he advances on the single. Good infield hit for Brandon Cody to get things back going for the Chinooks, as they have quite the 2-out rally here. The Miners looked as if they were settled down, getting some good pitches in, getting some good quality outs, as that 2-out rally resulted in 2 extra runs for the Chinooks, as they now lead 5-2 here in the top of the 4th. Cody takes his lead at first, very short lead. And here's the pitch, lined up the middle. That looks like it'll be getting down. Cody going to third. A little mishap in center field as Castillo mishandles the ball. And looks like Cody will score from first on looked like a routine single to center field. Castillo mishandles the ball as it gives the opportunity for Cody to sprint from first all the way to home. And it allows Jess Davis to get to second on that one.
Batting for the Chinooks catcher, number 23, J. Paul Fullerton.
And this inning just continues to get worse for the Miners here with 2 outs, as the Chinooks lead 6-2. Jake Fullerton steps up to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. 1-0 is the count as he takes ball 1. And the Miners are going to have to really come back for this one, as they are now trailing 6-2. Inside, runs in and gets Fullerton, as he'll get hit by pitch and he'll take first base. And Evan Floyd has yet to get into a solid rhythm ever since he took the mound.
Batting for the Chinooks, designated hitter, 24, Ethan English.
Ethan English steps up to the plate as Jake Paul Fullerton will take first. Runners on first and second now. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. The Chinooks have scored 3 here. As here's the first pitch. Fouls straight back to the catcher. As he'll drop that, but still be foul for strike number 1. Umpire delivers the ball to Floyd. And the 0-1 pitch is coming up shortly. The Chinooks, 2 out, rallied in the valley here as they take the lead, extended their lead, 6-2. And here's the 0-1 pitch from Floyd. Curveball just outside for ball 1. 1-1's the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Ethan English 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout in the first and a ground out in the third as he takes ball 2 for 2-1's the count, 2 outs. Floyd looks at the catcher, takes the sign, and delivers the 2-1 pitch. Low for ball 3. Hitters count now for English as 3-1. Let's see if they can extend the 2-out rally here, or will the Miners get out of this one? Lined into right center field. That'll drop and hit the fence as 1 run scores. He's getting away from third, and it looks like to be a stand-up triple as the Chinooks extend their 2-out rally and extend their lead on the Miners 8-2. And a stand-up triple for Ethan English.
And there was a left-handed arm warming up in the Miners bullpen, and now pitching coach Jeff Erlab headed out to the mound to greet Evan Floyd. We'll see what happens as the Chinooks lead has now swelled to 8-2 thanks to a 5-run inning here at the top of the 4th.
All coming with 2 outs too. That's insane 2-out rally here for the Chinooks. As the Miners looked, as I said before, like they were getting into a solid rhythm. But as things gotten worse, yeah, Coach Jeff Erlab just needs to calm down Evan Floyd as he just needs 1 more out to get out of this inning. Four of the 8 runs credited George Arias. 4 so far have been credited to Evan Floyd as he still has a runner at third. Good off-speed pitch to start off Daniel Freeman with an 0-1 count. 5 runs have come across in this inning with a runner on third, still threatening to score with 2 outs. In the dirt for ball 1, 1-1's the count. Good stop there by Sam Thompson behind the dish. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball. Catches the inside part of the plate there for strike 2. In the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 is the count. 8-2 ball game in the favor of the Chinooks, as they have 8 hits and 1 error. Floyd toes the rubber, kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses for strike 3. And that will do it. But the Chinooks did some damage there in the top of the 4th as they score 5 runs and extend their lead to 8-2. We'll have the bottom of the 4th coming up next.
Red ticket number 137.
bottom of the fourth here for the Miners as they look to try and cut down on the 6-run lead the Chinooks has extended in the top of the fourth. The Chinooks were able to let all their batters come up to bat as a 2-out rally extends their lead 8-2. Leading off for your Miners are Caden Hogan, number 10. Struck out in the first and fouls off pitch number 1 from Tyler Eauclair as he had a lot of command in the third inning. 0-1 count for Hogan. Takes ball 1. And let's see what happens here as the Miners are down by 6, I'm sorry. As the Chinooks lead 8-2. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped up right behind the press box. So the count goes to 1-2. Seven, 8, 9. The Miners will guarantee to come across here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2 pitch. Grounded. Out of play. As the count remains 1-2. Hogan struck out in the first. And hoping to get it on base here and hope to rally the Miners as he checks his swing. And umpire says he went as he will be down on strikes for the second time today. And that'll be the first out of the inning. And Tyler Eauclair being very effective. Only base runner he's allowed was a base on balls to Tanner Carlson. As everything else has been phenomenal from him so far. First out of the inning as Matt Palmer steps up to the plate. Native of the city we're in right now, Palmer, Alaska. Fitting for his last name. As he watches first pitch go by him outside for ball 1. Palmer 1 for 1 today with a double in the second. Excuse me. He reached base on an error in the second inning. But he was able to get to second on that error. As he is now has the count 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside for ball 3. He's got the hitter's count on him. It's 3-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Low for ball 4. So Matt Palmer will reach first successfully on the base on balls as Marcos Castillo will be up to bat for the Miners. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Chinooks lead 8-2 here on opening day. And not many batters or pitchers are used to playing at 8:20 at night with the sun still beaming down on them. As first pitch ball outside, count moves to 1-0.
Yeah, plenty of adjustments to be made here in Alaska. There's no question about that, especially when there's a such thing as a midnight sun game here in the state of Alaska.
Yep, and that will be on the summer solstice. And the Miners will have a little version of that as they face the Pilots at 10 p.m. on June 22nd. As that game will start at 10 p.m. at night. And the history in that ball game is that they play until it's over with no artificial lighting. And at Herman Brothers Field, there are no lights. They have not put in the investment of adding lights to the field, which why need you? Why do you need to do that when the sun's out for pretty much 16 to 20 hours a day? As he takes strike 2, 2-1's the count.
We'll see if Castillo can make Eau Claire pay here as he's got him ahead in the count.
2-1's the pitch. 2-1 pitch. Low for ball 3. Hitters counting out 3-1. Runner on first here in the bottom of the 4th. Let's see what Castillo has to do here to try and cut down on the lead. And here comes the 3-1. Never mind, he checks at first base. As just to make sure Palmer's not going. 6 for 8 in his college career. As here's the 3-1 pitch. Caught the outside part of the plate. A little delayed call too, as Castillo thought that he got the base on balls there, but the count will go full. Tossed the bat out as if it was ball 4. Umpire had a little of a delay called. So a little confusion there for Castillo as he thought he reached safely, but we'll have to have a 3-2 pitch lined and out of play. Excuse me. So 3-2's the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Eau Claire toes the rubber. And here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for out number 2.
Back to the top of the order now. We'll see if Josh Briston can get anything going here. Remember, in the bottom of the 1st, the Miners' rally came with 2 down, so can't count them out.
You cannot. And the Chinooks, again, just had 2 outs and did a lot of damage there as they got the first 2 outs and then 6 consecutive hits to extend their lead 8-2.
Yeah, most of the rallies in this game have come with 2 down.
And Eau Claire misses pitch number 1 of the at-bat as the count moves to 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. Good fastball that hit the outside part of the plate. Josh Briston 0 for 2 on the day. 2 groundouts. 1 to shortstop and 1 to the third baseman. And let's see what he can do here with the 1-1 count and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Swung on and miss for strike number 2. Behind in the count 1-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on first. Sun beaming down on the right side of the field, casting a shadow on the pitcher directly to the left of him. Curveball down in the dirt. Try to get him to swing there for ball number 2. 2s are on the board with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. As Josh Briston is up to the plate. Phoenix, Arizona native. Takes that outside part of the plate. Fastball just misses outside. Pitcher and catcher did not agree with that one, but the count will go full here.
I'm a little surprised that he didn't call that one with how much he's been calling that outside corner today. This umpire is really favoring the outside. We saw it during Marcos Castillo's at-bat.
Yeah, he saw that outside pitch, and he took it, but delayed call there for a strike as he wound up striking out there, and Briston able to get the base on balls there. And runners are now first and second. Sam Thompson up to the plate. Flew out and struck out in the first and the second. See what he has going for him here. And Eau Claire, although with runners on in the 2 innings that he has been pitching, has given up no hits so far.
Yeah, early on, he had good command of the zone, but now he has 3 free passes thus far in this outing.
Strike 1 there as Thompson takes a good fastball a little up in the zone. but still a strike. 0-1's the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Eau Claire with the pitch. Curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Count moves to 1-1, and J. Paul Fullerton, walking out to Eau Claire on the mound just to calm him down. Make sure they're both on the same page here, as the count is 1-1, runners on first and second. And the Miners hoping to get a little rally here, as they are trailing 8-2 in the bottom of the fourth. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Line to right field, but out of play. Made solid contact there, but just foul, as the count will move to 1-2. And Eau Claire is 1 pitch away from basically getting out of here. Basically, no runs and no damage. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt again. A little bit of lack of command with that curveball, as it's been hitting the dirt.
And you don't always necessarily want to be in the strike zone with a curveball. A lot of times you want the hitter to chase, but he isn't missing that closely, though. A lot of these pitches have been in the dirt, and as you can see, 2 runners on base via a walk here in this inning.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Inside fastball. Misses for ball 3, and the count will go full, and runners will be running on the pitch with 2 outs in the full count. Let's see if Thompson can get something going here with the runners going. Eau Claire checks with his catcher, agrees. And here comes the payoff pitch. Runners go. High fastball, misses for ball 4. So Eau Claire walks the bases loaded, and the Miners might have some life here in the bottom of the fourth.
With a big power threat coming up, and Justin Kirby, as these 3 walks are going to bring a visit to the mound. There is action going on in the Chinooks bullpen. A right-hander is warming up. Perhaps manager John Groth is just trying to buy some time for his bullpen, and that's what he's going to do, as Eau Claire will stay out there to face the number 3 hitter, Justin Kirby, who's already got a single to his credit in this one.
Single in the first, one of the 2 Miners runs in this ball game. 1 for 2 with a fly out to right field in the 3rd inning. Let's see what Kirby can do here. Alpharetta, Georgia native, as I'm a little familiar with that part of town, as he's right down the road from me. Little coincidence there that we met up in Alaska. And here's the first pitch at the at-bat. High. 1-0's the count.
And I'm not surprised that Kirby was taking there with how wild Eau Claire has been in this inning. If I'm Justin Kirby, I'm thinking to myself, I need to see a strike, unless it's right there.
Exactly. Kirby, 17 walks he got at Kent State in his freshman year, as he takes strike 1, which that's exactly what he did. He made sure that Eau Claire threw a strike. And the 1-1 pitch is coming up. Thrown in there, fastball for strike 2. So just like that, Kirby is behind in the count.
And these Miners fans not happy about that call. They're voicing their displeasure at the home plate umpire. He has had a bit of an inconsistent strike zone throughout this game.
Yep, and there are a lot of Miners fans, as the stands are full for opening day here at Herman Brothers Field. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded to shortstop. Peyton Fullerton throws it over to Mason Corbett at second, and that'll do it for the Miners, as they leave 3 stranded here in the bottom of the fourth. Although they had bases loaded on 3 walks, no runs were able to score in the bottom of the fourth, and we'll have the action for you in the top of the fifth coming up shortly. And here we are in the top of the 5th. Almost a little over halfway through this ball game as the Chinooks lead 8-2 in the top of the 5th. Pate Fullerton up for the Chinooks as the Chinooks last inning had an extreme 2-out rally as Fullerton takes ball 1 on the outside part of the plate. Try to get a curveball in there. Just misses for the 1-0 count. All 9 batters batted for the Chinooks last inning as a big swing and a miss for Fullerton as the count moves to 1-1. Fullerton led off that inning with a fly ball as he grounds it to first base. Touches the first baseman's glove, but scoots all the way to the outfield as he will slide into second. Grounder to first. Almost down the line exactly. Diving stop. Attempted a diving stop by Drew Williamson there at first. Just touches his glove and scoots all the way to the outfield as Fullerton will reach second safely. First pitch pop up from Brazil to center field. Castillo under it, makes the catch for out number 1.
And on that last play, that ball just got past Williamson's glove. It deflected off of a nice diving effort, and then it went into what I'd like to call no man's land there. Not what you typically expect a double to be, but Fullerton able to leg it out using his speed, and now he's on second. But nice job there by Floyd. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that brings up Mason Corbett.
Corbett 1-for-1 in this ball game. Walked in the second as a first pitch hit down the left field line. Diving catch by Matt Palmer. Incredible catch there by Palmer and left as he ran and made the catch. Fullerton, though, at second was able to tag and reach third. So 2 outs. What a play there by Palmer to get the second out of the inning. They throw back to second to make sure he didn't leave early, and the first base umpire says he did not. So there would be 2 outs in the inning, and that was a big-time play by Palmer. That could have broke the lead wide open for the Chinooks here at the top of the 5th. With 1 run easily scoring and then easily a double, possibly to the wall, could have been a triple. And here's runs inside on Hayden Keller.
Yeah, and
so the count moves to 1-0.
A nice job there by Matt Palmer to just sell out, and knowing the situation there, you have no choice but to. That saves extra bases and a run, like you said.
And every run is crucial now that the Miners are down 8-2. Lined into right field as 1 run will score. Hayden Keller with the single there to right field. So the Chinooks extend their lead 9-2, and it's not looking good for the Miners. Excuse me.
Batting for the Chinooks right fielder, number 18, Brandon Cody.
As Fullerton will score from third there on the single. Good line drive by Keller into right field. As the top of the order, Brandon Cody walks up to the plate, takes ball 1 that was in the dirt from Evan Floyd. Evan Floyd still on the mound for the Miners as he's not getting out to the ABL start that he wanted to. Pitch number 2 for Cody in the at-bat. Fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. 1-1's the count. Floyd checks back in at first just to make sure no one's moving. as Keller on first. Swings and misses for strike two. 2-2 is the count. Twos are on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Cody 2 for 3 on the ball game. Grounder to shortstop. Throw to the first in time. Hogan to Williamson for the 3rd out of the inning, as Floyd was able to limit the damage to only 1 run. But the Chinooks extend on their lead 9-2, and it's looking hard for the Miners to come back from this one as they go into the bottom of the 5th. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th, as pitching change for the Chinooks. Number 30, Justin Fox, will toe the mound for the Chinooks this inning. Bel Air, California native, Trinity University, attending Trinity University, sophomore there. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed pitcher, and he's a freshman. Sorry. A little confusion in the notes there, as he toes the mound to get the bottom of the 5th started out for the Chinooks. And here's the first pitch for him. In there for strike 1. 0-1 is the count to Justin Kirby. Drew Williamson is up to the plate for the Chinooks. Fouled that one out and is now behind in the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. The Miners trail the Chinooks 9-2. Here's the 1-2 outside for ball 2. Williamson fighting to get back in this count. Hopefully trying to see what he likes here. Trying to attack that zone, and here's the 2-2. Popped up. Third baseman Joe Brazil running, but not able to make that catch as it is well out of play. Count remains 2-2.
And now is as good a time as ever to start a rally for the Miners. You've got your cleanup hitter, the 4, 5, and 6 coming up against a brand new pitcher out of the bullpen. We'll see what the Miners can do.
Lined into right center field, and it drops right in front of the center fielder, Jess Davis. Drew Williamson able to get to second safely with a stand-up double there, and that sunlight might have allowed him to get that double there. It looked Jess Davis looked like he overplayed it there. The sunlight is beaming down on the right side of the field. So as he overplayed that, and it literally just dropped right in front of him. But good start for the Miners as they have a runner on. First pitch to Carlson in the dirt for ball one. Miners looking to get a little rally here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swings and misses for strike one. J. Paul Fullerton hand delivers that ball right back to Justin Fox. Give him a little word there as the count moves to 1-1. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. The Miners trail 9-2. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Carlson, low for ball two.
Normally a bunting situation here, runner on second, nobody down, but can't afford to be playing small ball here, down 9-2.
No, they gotta go big or go home, as they need a big rally to get back in this ball game. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there for strike two. Tanner Carlson, Elk Grove, California native, goes to Long Beach State University. Batted 161 there. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Popped up to the shortstop. Pate Fullerton able to make the catch there for out number one. Good curveball there, locked up. Tanner Carlson as that will be out number one on the inning. As Anthony Notero steps up for the Miners. Curveball just outside for ball one. 1-0 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Runner on second. Grounder to second baseman Mason Corbett. The throw to first to Daniel Freeman in time for out number two. But Drew Williamson at second was able to advance to third with that grounder to the right side of the field. As Caden Hogan has a great RBI chance here with 2 outs. The runner on third. Here's the pitch. Popped up and out of play for strike number one. So Miners looked like they had something going for them early on in the inning. Will now have to have a 2-out rally if they want to get anything accomplished here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt for ball one. Good stop there by J. Paul Fullerton behind the dish. One on one's the count. Caden Hogan, 250 batter in his first year at Long Beach State University. Reno, Nevada native. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play. The count will move to 2-2. And 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on third here in the bottom of the fifth. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. And that'll do it for the Miners here in the bottom of the fifth. They get 1 hit and 1 left on. As what thought to be something there turned into nothing. As the Miners still trail 9-2 going in the top of the 6th. And here we are in the top of the 6th for your Miners, as Evan Floyd is still on the mound as he looks to continue on here with number 22, Jess Davis, up to bat. Takes ball 1, 1-0's the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside part of the plate there, as that is strike 1. 1-1's the count. Beautiful day for some baseball, as the sun is still shining here in the top of the 6th, as it's falling perfectly on the opposite side of Pioneers Peak that we can see beautifully right behind the left field fence. It's 2-1. 2-1's the count. Misses outside for ball 3. Snow still on the top of those mountains out there, and it's a beautiful day for some baseball. 3-1 count. Pitch outside for ball 4. Jess Davis will take first with the base on balls.
And a lefty now warming up in the Miners bullpen as well.
Surprised they've let Evan Floyd on for this long, although he got into a little bit of a groove there last inning. Still gave up a run, but still able to knock him down. So runner on first. Lined out of play down the first base side for strike number 1. A 9-2 ball game in the favor of the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. As we mentioned before, the Chinooks are 0-10 in their last 10 appearances here at Herman Brothers Field. As a curveball misses outside for ball 1. 1-0's the count. J. Paul Fullerton up at the mound, or up at the plate for the Chinooks. He's a returning member from the Chinooks, so he remembers that playoff series against the Miners where they got swept. So a little revenge action for him at the plate. 1-1's the count as he fouls that one out of play. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and driven out of play down the left field side into the stands for a souvenir for a fan. 1-2 is the count now. Searcy, Arkansas native, 205 pounds, 6'1", Jake Paul Fullerton, as he's behind the dish for the Chinooks today. As he fouls that one out of play, keeping himself alive with a 1-2 count. No outs with a runner on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, dribbler right up to the pitcher. Looks at second, realizes there's no play there, and fires the first to Drew Williamson for out number 1. That will advance the runner to second with that fielder's choice.
Batting for the Chinooks designated hitter, 24, Ethan English.
So Jess Davis is at second from his base on balls to lead off the inning. Fullerton grounded, fielder's choice 1-3 there, as Ethan English steps up to the plate. As in the 4th inning during that insane rally for the Chinooks, he had that stand-up triple. Although he is 1 for 3 on the day, but that triple was definitely a tough one for the Miners to swallow there. Struck out in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, and a triple in the 4th. 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3. As English is way ahead in the count, 3-0. See how Floyd can handle this 3-0 pitch now with the runner on second. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Hitters count now as it's 3-1, 1 out, and the runner on second. Top of the 6th there. The Chinooks lead 9-2. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Lined on. Straight back for strike number 2. 3-2 count, 1 out. Got the 3-2-1 on the board. Floyd steps back and delivers the payoff pitch. Outside and will reach the backstop for ball 4. So with that walk, Jess Davis able to make his way to third as that wild pitch reaches the backstop. And Ethan English will reach first on the base on balls. Guaranteed first, but sprinted there to see if he was able to make it at second. Realized he couldn't and went right back to first as head coach Tyler LeBrun walks to the pitcher's mound to make the pitcher's change as number 30 will look to come in for the Miners. Blake Payton, left-handed pitcher out of Santee, California.
We have a change on the mound for the Miners. Now pitching for your Mets.
In his high school career, he had 8 wins with a 3.17 ERA with 140 strikeouts over his 3 varsity seasons. So he likes to get strikes and likes to get strikeouts. Let's see what he can do here with runners of the corners, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And we'll return in a moment as he gets his warm-up pitches in. As Blake Payton's beginning to finish his warm-up pitches, tell him a little bit about him. He attends Arizona University. In his first season, he did not play, but looking to get a lot of action his sophomore year. In his high school career, he was honored as team MVP in his junior and seasons at El Capitan High School in California. He also played first base and outfield. Left-handed pitcher, freshman at Arizona University. As he's looking to get his ABL career started with the first pitch high for ball 1. Looking to get out of this inning, but it's going to be hard with the runners on first and third and 1 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch, high for ball 2. That just missed on the outside high part of the plate. try to get that corner there, but just misses. The count moves to 2-0. He has to face Daniel Freeman, who doubled in the first, struck out in the third, and struck out again in the fourth. As he takes strike one. 2-1 is the count. 1 out here in the top of the sixth. Runners at the corners. Popped up to center field. Castillo gets under it. Runner at third tags and will score. Close play at the plate there, as catcher Sam Thompson thought he got the tag in time, but not according to the home plate umpire, as Jess Davis was able to tag up there and score. Sacrifice fly credited to Daniel Freeman, as he popped it up to Marcos Castillo there in center field, and the Chinooks will extend their lead to 8 now, as they lead 10-2 here in the top of the sixth. Still plenty of baseball to play, though. Don't count the Miners out, especially this early on in the season. Anything can happen here. And here's the 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Pate Fullerton up to the plate. 1 for 3. Looked as if he was trying to bunt there, pulled it back at the last second, as he'll take ball 2. 2-1's the count. 1 out. 2 outs. Excuse me. As he'll take strike 2. 2-2's the count. 1 out. Chinooks have 9 hits on the day to the Miners 5, as they lead 10-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Got a piece of it and fouls it straight back, as the count will remain 2-2. Takes ball 3 there for the count will go full. Ethan English on first will be running at this pitch. The full count, 2 outs, as Fullerton will not swing there and take ball 4. That was outside. So now runners up first and second. 1 out.
Now batting for the Chinooks, third baseman number 8, Joe Brazil.
Something to keep in mind too, to the viewers at home, this is a wood bat league, so they're coming off of their collegiate seasons, where they're using metal bats, and now changing the bats from metal to wood, which will limit the damage that the ball will take once it's hit hard, as he takes strike 1. 0-1's the count. 0-1 pitch outside for ball 1. Joe Brazil up to the plate for the Chinooks. 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch. Line to the first baseman. Good catch there by Drew Williamson. And that'll do it for the Chinooks, as they get 1 across and leave 2 on in the top of the 6th. Chinooks lead 10-2 going in the bottom of the 6th. We'll have that up for you shortly. And here we are in the bottom of the 6th. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Miners, as the Chinooks lead 10-2, and they have 4 more chances to try to take that lead back and get an 8-run lead limited there. As Palmer, as he was introduced, Palmer native, got a big roar from the crowd there as he takes strike 1. 0-1's the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Good off speed there for strike 2 as he'll watch that one go by him. Palmer native is 1 for 1 today. Swings and misses for strike 3 as he'll go 1 for 2 today. As Marcos Castillo will step up to the plate for the Miners. Justin Fox called in the pitch for the Chinooks last inning. Continues to get the Miners out as his only hit was a double to Drew Williamson, but able to settle down after and get 3 in a row and now 4 in a row with Palmer getting out. First pitch, check swing, made contact by Castillo. A little dribbler down the first base side, but just foul as the count moves to 0-1. And here's the 0-1 pitch, lined into center field. Jess Davis moves back a little bit and makes the catch for out number 2. Justin Fox getting ahead of this inning. 2 outs and not a lot of pitches that were delivered there. Top of the order for the Miners as Josh Bristian, steps up to the plate. First pitch swinging out of play. Put on a pretty good drive down the left field line over the fence in left field, but just foul.
Yeah, that one had the distance had it stayed fair.
0-1's the count, and here's the pitch. Off-speed curveball, try to work his way in on the inside part of the plate. Was able to make contact and dribbled it down the left field side for 2 straight fouls down the left field, down the third base side, excuse me. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Should stay in play. Third baseman Joe Brazil calls off the catcher and will make the catch, and that'll do it for the Miners. Very quick inning for the Miners as they have 3 more chances to try to make something happen here in this ball game. And we'll have that 7th inning action coming up for you next. And here we are in the top of the 7th. I'm going to hand it over to my other broadcaster, Brandon Monty, to take us home in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
Top of the 7th here at Herman Brothers Field, and a new pitcher towing the slab for the Miners here to start it off. It will be number 28, sophomore right-hander Owen Lamont, a 6'3", 210-pounder by way of Herndon, Virginia, and Georgetown University.
For the Chinooks, number 5, Patty McCormick.
Lamont, 2-4 this past season with the Hoyas, 6.89 ERA and 31 1/3 innings pitched, 24 appearances. He'll face off against the 8-9-1 of this Chinooks order with Mason Corbett stepping into the box. First pitch to him. It is in there.
Number 5 is now into bat for the Chinooks. A little substitution there.
Yeah, substitution, excuse me. It'll be Patty McCormick from Northern Illinois stepping in as he fouls one off to the right side, and count even now at 1-1. McCormick just finishing his freshman year as a Husky, coming from Hampshire, Illinois. Hit just 6 for 73 in his freshman season at Northern Illinois. He struggled at the dish. Count now 1-1. Lamont working from the stretch, deals. Grounder over to third. Up with it as Carlson fires across the diamond to first in time for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down for Owen Lamont out of the pen. The 4th pitcher to tow the slab this evening for the Miners on a night that the Chinooks came in looking to spoil, and so far so good as they lead it 10-2 here in the top half of the 7th as Hayden Keller steps back up to the dish. Keller 2 for 3 on the day. He homered back in the 4th to right field as the first pitch to him in there on the inside corner called strike 1. Hayden Keller hit just 1 homer this past season at Mendocino College. 0-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball misses low. Count back to even now 1-1 with 1 out here in the 7th. Chinooks with 10 runs on the board. Last season they were 8-1 when they scored more than 6 runs. As Lamont misses outside with his 1-1 delivery. 2-1 the count now. Lamont, 26 strikeouts, 19 walks, 2 saves for the Hoyas this past year. He deals 2-1, misses away 3-1. Opponents hit .298 against the 6'3" right-hander. His father played baseball at James Madison University, and his sister played softball at the University of Mary Washington. Here's a 3-1. Keller fouls one off behind the dish and into the seats, and we're full 3-2. Chinooks with 10 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error so far. The Miners 2 runs, 5 hits, and no blunders in the field to this point. Lamont working from the left side of the mound, deals, full count, grounder, back over to third. Carlson backhand's going to be a tough play, throws across the diamond, 1 hopper, safe as Keller is able to beat it out, but a fantastic effort there by Carlson and a nice pick from the dirt by Williamson, but Keller able to leg it out for an infield single, the 10th hit of the evening for the Chinooks, and they are threatening once again here in the 7th. 1 on, 1 out. And back to the top of the order now as Brandon Cody will dig in for the Chinooks. Cody on the day, 2 for 4, 2 singles and 2 groundouts to the shortstop. Hayden Keller getting his lean from first. 3 stolen bases on the year. Lamont deals first pitch. Fastball in there at the knees for a called strike 1. Turned out to be a beautiful night here at Herman Brothers Field despite all the threats of rain and a special weather statement. It's been nothing but cloudy skies. A beautiful night as Cody fouls one off behind the backstop. 0-2 the count.
And we just got the opening day attendance here at Herman Brothers Field. 1,083 people came from all over Alaska to watch the Matsu Miners take on the Chinooks here.
0-2 count. Lamont working from the stretch. Runner on first, one out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Strike three as Lamont sets down Brandon Cody for the second out of the inning.
Couldn't agree with you more with that statement.
Well, 3-pitch strikeout there as the speedy Jess Davis digs back in. Davis has reached base in 3 of his 4 plate appearances today. He's 1 of 2, doubled back in the 4th, walked in the 1st and the 6th, and grounded out back in the 2nd. Lamont deals first pitch. Fastball paints the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. If a foul ball does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Lamont checks the runner and deals 0-1. Another fastball this time can't quite catch the outside corner. Count even now 1-1. Lamont in 11 starts as a freshman. 5-3 record, 7.11 ERA, and 49 punch-outs over 63 1/3 innings. He'll deal once again from the left side of the mound. The 1-1 gets away from the catcher, Sam Thompson, and that's going to allow Hayden Keller to advance to second base on the passed ball. So a runner now in scoring position for the Chinooks with 2 down and with 2 outs. That's when the Chinooks have done most of their damage here this evening. They lead it 10-2. 1 man on second, 2 down, 2-1 count. Lamont checks the runner at second, gets his sign and deals 2-1. Fly ball hit out to left field. Going to be a tough play for Palmer. Dives and makes a sensational catch.
Second one on the day from Palmer, man. He's getting work down in left field. Put him on SportsCenter.
Matt Palmer saves yet another run out in left field, and the Alaska native greeted to a thunderous applause upon walking back to the dugout. We are through 6 1/2 here at Herman Brothers Field. The Miners coming to bat, and they've got their work cut out for them. They trail the Chinooks 10-2 when we come back. Stretch time here at Herman Brothers Field. A nice little 7th inning stretch. Good enthusiasm from this crowd here. The 2-3-4 coming up for the Miners as Sam Thompson will lead it off in the bottom half of the 7th. Tyler O'Clair still on the hill. First pitch to Thompson. Popped him up. Over towards the first base side. Underneath it is Patty McCormick. He'll handle that one. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the 7th. As the Miners running out of chances here. And manager John Groth is headed out to the mound. And that's going to be all for Tyler O'Clair. A solid outing from him out of the bullpen, and we'll have a change. Or Justin Fox, excuse me. So a new pitcher for the Chinooks. It looks like it's going to be left-hander Tyler Wincoop by way of Indiana Wesleyan University. in Huber Heights, Ohio. Wayne High School native. Arsenal consists of a fastball ranging from about 83 to 85 miles per hour, a curveball in the high 60s, and a changeup in the mid 70s. In his freshman season at Indiana Wesleyan, Wynkoop a 2-1 record, 7.43 ERA, 26 and 2/3 innings pitched, made 12 appearances, 2 of which were starts, and opponents hit .235 against him, 28 strikeouts, 22 walks. He'll face Justin Kirby when we come back. Bottom of the 7th, nobody on, 1 out, and the number 3 hitter for the Miners, Justin Kirby, stepping up. Kirby drove in a run back in the first. This was his only hit on the evening. He's 1 for 3. Beautiful night here at Herman Brothers Field. A nice view of the Pioneer Peak Mountain, the 6,000-foot one, out in left field as Kirby takes a first pitch ball on the outside.
This is a very big cultural experience for pretty much all non-Alaskan natives in attendance tonight.
As Wynkoop misses with his second pitch as he once again tried to paint the outside corner, but home plate umpire not having it, 2-0.
As it's 9:21 Alaska Standard Time, and the sun is still out and shining.
2-0 pitch, misses, and Kirby sitting dead red now, 3-0. Well, so much for their road record last season. The Chinooks 5-17 away from home last year as Wynkoop draws a base on balls on 4 straight pitches. As Justin Kirby will trot on down to first, the Miners have a base runner, 1 on, 1 out for the cleanup man, Drew Williamson. Williamson, 2 doubles to his credit today and an RBI. He struck out back in the third as well, still 2 for 3, the only Miner with multiple hits on the evening thus far. Wynkoop now working out of the stretch on the right side of the mound. Checks Kirby at first and deals. And gets his first strike, a fastball in the outside corner. Going back to the Chinooks road record last season, they were 5-17. And that was off of 2 losing streaks, an 8-game road losing streak in June, and a 9-game road losing streak in July, as Wynkoop keeping Kirby honest at first with a pickoff throw. But you wouldn't have known it by today, as the Chinooks have got a 8-run lead here in the bottom half of the 7th. Wynkoop deals, swing and a miss. Williamson was trying to hit that one all the way back to Anchorage, as he couldn't connect, and he's down 0-2. 1 man on, 1 out for the Miners here as they look to chip away at this deficit. They've only got 3 chances left to do so. Infield in double play def. Wynkoop checks the runner, now throws back over for the second time. Trying to keep Kirby in check over there at first. Wynkoop still working out of the stretch. Takes a look at Kirby, deals. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner, called strike 3. He froze Williamson with that one. And there's 2 down now in the Miners' 7th. And that's going to bring up Tanner Carlson. Carlson has reached base in 2 of his 3 plate appearances today. Singled back in the first, walked in the third, and flew out back in the 5th. Righty on lefty matchup coming up here, as Carlson still looking for that first RBI as a Miner. And no better time to have it. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball in there for a called strike 1. Tanner Carlson, a 167 hitter this past season for the Long Beach State Dirtbags. 6 RBIs, 1 double, 3 runs scored. And 2 walks to his credit as well. Wincoop working out of the stretch, deals 0-1 pitch, misses away, count back to even now at 1-1. As we mentioned in the pregame show, the Miners swept the Chinooks in the playoffs last year as the 1-1 breaking ball catches the outside corner. Nice pitch by Wincoop. He's got that breaking ball working here, and it's 1-2 now. 10 consecutive victories for the Miners here at Herman Brothers Field against the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks, but that is in serious jeopardy tonight as the Chinooks holding a 10-2 lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses away. Count back to even now. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Justin Kirby on first base.
No one in the Chinooks bullpen and some action in the Miners bullpen.
2-2 pitch is grounded over to the first base side, but foul just out of the reach of the first baseman, Daniel Freeman. If a foul ball does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. So after that foul ball, we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first for the Miners, and Tanner Carlson at the dish. Here's the pitch. Again, just missing the outside corner. Wincoop looked a little frustrated at that call there, but regardless, count is now full, which means that Kirby will be moving on the pitch.
He did a great framing job there. Could have gone either way on that outside part of the plate and just try to move it in a little more.
Full count pitch on the way. Again, fouled off to the right side, out of play. So the count stays at 3-2. Tyler Wincoop looking to keep the deficit where it's at here for the Chinooks as they inch closer and closer to that first victory of the season, looking to steal one here at Herman Brothers Field. Full count pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses high and away. Ball 4. So the second walk of the inning for Tyler Wincoop. The Miners with 2 base runners, 1 in scoring position, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Anthony Notaro. Notaro 1 for 3 on the day. Singled back in the first, grounded out to short in the third, and then grounded out to second back in inning number 5. He's got a prime chance at a couple of ribbies here with 2 away as Wincoop will step off. Notaro, as a senior in high school, was named the Northwest Conference MVP, hitting .577 with 43 RBIs. First pitch to him. Upstairs, 1-0, and you got to be thinking that Notaro's going to take here until he sees a strike, as Wincoop struggling a bit with his control here in the 7th as he's surrendered 2 free passes to the Miners. Wincoop deals out of the stretch, and Notaro fouls one off to the right side, out of play.
The Miners have more walks than hits in this game. They have 6 walks that they were able to reach safely at first with, and 5 hits.
Yeah, the Chinooks pitching staff has given up its fair share of free passes, but the Miners have been unable to capitalize to this point. And just as I say that, Notaro hits one to right field, but a nice diving catch out there in right. A fantastic defensive effort there by Brandon Cody to save a couple of runs, and the side is retired. Again, the Miners get 2 base runners but cannot capitalize. We head to the top of the 8th. Chinooks still lead it 10-2.
190017, you are the winner of the program prize.
We're back here. We're back here in the top half of the eighth. J. Paul Fullerton, the lefty at the dish. Owen Lamont still on the mound. He works from the stretch. First pitch to him inside for a ball. Lamont gets his sign. He's got what he likes. The pitch just misses away. Count goes to 2-0. J. Paul Fullerton on the day has yet to register a hit. He's 0 for 3, but he did reach base on a hit by pitch back in the fourth as he takes once again, and the count goes to 3-0. J. Paul Fullerton, the only member of the Chinooks starting lineup that has yet to register a hit on the day. The 3-0 pitch to him. And that one misses away as well. So Lamont surrenders a 4-pitch walk to J. Paul Fullerton to start the top half of the eighth. And it's never a good feeling to have a leadoff walk as a pitcher.
No, and it looks like that will do it for him today, as Coach Tyler LeBron will come and switch things up for the Miners.
Tyler LeBron will make another pitching change. The fifth pitcher on the day coming in for the Miners. We'll tell you who it is after this quick break.
From Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the University.
We'll have to pause here, folks, for some quick technical difficulties.
What's his number?
27. 27. Jack White. Yeah. Click on it. Click on it. Okay. Go. 2 fouls and a ball. Sorry about that, folks. We're back here in the top of the eighth as a ball gets away from the new pitcher, Jack White.
Just a reminder, no smoking
a redshirt freshman from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and New Mexico University. 1-0 record, 10.80 ERA, and 6 2/3 innings in his redshirt freshman season as a Lobo.
Wild pitcher first.
He's facing off against Ethan English, the cleanup hitter. 1 for 3 on the day with a triple back in the fourth. It's a 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. White working out of the stretch, deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's going to be the first out of the inning, folks. Excuse me, we have some wrong look on the scoreboard there as Daniel Freeman steps back in. Doubled back in the first inning. Struck out in both the third and the fourth and hit a sacrifice fly in the sixth. So Jack White deals. First pitch, low and away, 1-0.
Yeah, as we are also the official scorekeeper whenever we're home too, so we have to make sure that is perfectly correct. So sorry about the technical difficulties there, just making sure everything is perfect.
White gets a sign and deals 1-0. Swung on, fouled off, deflected off the catcher and the umpire there, so count back to even 1-1 with 1 out and a runner at second. 10 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Chinooks thus far. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Miners here as we're in the top half of the eighth. White deals. Nearly got Freeman, and nope, umpire says it just grazed him. So Daniel Freeman will reach base for the second time today by the hit by pitch. And now 2 runners on base for the Chinooks here in the top of the eighth with just 1 man down. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Pate Fullerton. 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk to his credit on the day thus far. Looking at Jack White, 2 strikeouts, 5 walks this past season. Lists his favorite athlete as Greg Maddux, a former MLB pitcher, as White's first pitch is inside, 1-0. His father, a college basketball player at Ottawa University. White also an all-state first baseman in his senior year of high school. The 6'4" right-hander gets his sign. Here's the 1-0. Fastball paints the outside corner for a strike. Counts even now, 1-1. White made 10 appearances this past year for the Lobos. No starts. Opponents hit .360 against him. 1-1 pitch. Low as Thompson thought about snap throw over to first, just trying to keep Freeman honest over there. Count 2-1 with Pate Fullerton with an opportunity to extend this lead even further for the Chinooks here in the eighth. White working from the stretch in the left side of the mound, deals 2-1. Well hit to right field. Kirby retreating to his left, makes the catch. And that's going to allow J. Paul Fullerton to tag up to third. So now runners at the corners with 2 men down, and third baseman Joe Brazil coming up to the plate.
Now batting for the Chinooks, third baseman number 8, Joe Brazil.
Brazil 1 for 4 on the day. Singled back in the second. Grounded out in the fourth to the third baseman. Flew out to center in the fifth. And then lined out hard to Drew Williamson back in the sixth. Jack White again working from the stretch. Checks the runner at first. Deals. First pitch. Fastball outside corner. Painting the corner nicely there. Good command by White. And the count now 0-1. Brazil digs in. White's got the sign that he likes. 0-1 pitch. Grounder toward third. Backhanded by Carlson, but it goes just foul. And White's quickly got Brazil down in an 0-2 hole. Joe Brazil, a .320 hitter this past year at Mendocino College. The 5'11" right-handed infielder. 7 homers, 33 RBIs, 31 runs scored, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 14 walks, and 3 stolen bases. Here's the 0-2 to him. Looked like it painted the outside corner, but the umpire did not believe so. Miners fans wanted him rung up there, but it's still 1-2. White still working from the stretch off the left side of the mound. Checks his runners, deals 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3 swinging, and that'll do it for the top half of the 8th. Chinooks leave 2 stranded. They still lead it 10-2. Miners coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th. We're back here, bottom of the 8th, and Derek Lohr stepping in for his first at-bat as a Miner. Tyler Wincoop still on the mound. First pitch, low for ball 1. Derek Lohr, a 6'1", 200-pound infielder by way of Coppin State, inserted into the game at short for Caden Hogan as he watches a 1-0 pitch miss away, 2-0. Lohr, a .228 hitter this past year as a member of Coppin State. No homers, 20 RBIs. 2-0 pitch to him. Fastball right there for a called strike 1. Lohr, a Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year as a freshman and first team selection at shortstop. Just finished his sophomore year. He watches the 2-1 pitch go high. 3-1 now. Hitters count for him. Lohr led the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference with a .362 batting average in the 2018 season. Lists his favorite athlete as Derek Jeter. 3-1 pitch. Fouled out of play to the right side. Count goes to full. 3-2. Tyler Wincoop on for his second inning of work here. As right now just in a mop-up role here as the Chinooks lead the Miners 10-2 in the bottom half of inning number 8. 3-2 on the way. Fouled to the backstop, and we'll do it again. Full count. Wincoop gets his sign, nods to the catcher, and deals 3-2. Pitch misses upstairs, ball 4. So the 7th walk of the evening for the Chinooks. And that's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, the Alaskan native Matt Palmer.
Now batting for the Miners, makes some noise for left fielder number 43, Matt Palmer.
Matt Palmer, 0 for 2 on the night with a walk, but it's been his glove and has been the highlight of the evening. He's made 2 spectacular plays out in left field, 2 diving plays, that is, to save a couple of runs, as he'll try to get his first hit as a Miner here as he watches a first pitch right down the pipe for strike 1. Palmer this past season at Waldorf University, 5 homers, 42 runs batted in, 13 doubles. He is the lone senior on this Matsu Miner roster. The 0-1 pitch to him. Another fastball just misses away, and count back to even now, 1-1. 1 man on, nobody out for the number 8 hitter, Matt Palmer. Season high 3 hits for him at Graceland University back on February 23rd. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Fly ball out to center field, but should be, well, in play for Davis. Takes a couple steps back and makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting for the Miners, center fielder number 20, Marcos Castillo.
Number 1, excuse me, as the number 9 hitting Marcos Castillo steps up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat, struck out swinging in the 4th, and then flew out to center back in inning number 6. Lefty on righty matchup here. Wincoop working out of the stretch. First pitch to Castillo misses away for a ball, 1-0. Wincoop still working from the stretch off the right side of the mound. Deals 1-0. Breaking ball in there on the inside corner at the knees. Count back to even now, 1-1 with 1 down. Last season, the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks 5th in the Alaska Baseball League with a 3.96 ERA as a team. 3rd in strikeouts per 9 innings as Wincoop misses away with a fastball, 2-1. They were 1st in walks per 9 innings pitched with 3.28. They have given up 7 today, but they've been able to work out of every jam they've put themselves in. Wincoop deals 2-1, swing and a miss by Castillo. Count back to even now, 2-2. Wincoop leans in, gets his sign. He's got what he likes. 2-2 offering to Castillo. Off the hands, grounder to first. They throw over to second for 1. Now back to first. Not quite in time as Castillo is able to leg it out and chalk that one up as a fielder's choice. And that one's probably gonna sting Castillo's hands tomorrow as Wincoop threw a breaking ball that wedged him on the inside corner as he inside outed it to first. Freeman able to get the out at second. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order with Josh Bristian. Bristian 0 for 3 on the day out of the leadoff spot. Watches the first pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Wincoop working out of the stretch. Nods to the catcher. He's got what he likes. Here's the 1-0 offering. Fastball misses away. 2-0 the count now. Marcos Castillo gets about a 3 or 4 step lead off of first. Wincoop checks over at him, now deals 1-0, and that one misses. Count now to 2-0. Josh Bristian, a Paradise Valley Community College program record 387 average as a sophomore prior to his time at Gonzaga. No, that's ball 4, excuse me. So let's check the count there. So the scoreboard showed ball 2, but instead that's ball 4. So Bristian on base now for the 2nd time on the day, his 2nd walk. And that brings up the number 2 hitter, catcher Sam Thompson, with 2 on and 2 down here. The Miners have left men on base in every inning of this game with the exception of the 6th. We'll see if they can cash in here and just try to chip away at the deficit as the first pitch to Thompson catches the inside corner, and he smirks there and has some words for the home plate umpire. He couldn't believe that one. But regardless, called strike 1, 0-1. Wincoop working quickly out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses away. Count back to even now, 1-1. The Miners have left 12 men on base in this game. Wincoop working quickly now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Looked like a cut fastball. Cuts back to the outside corner. 1-2 the count. And again, Thompson gives a smirk down to the first base side, as he thought that one was just a little outside, but still strike 2. 1-2 count. 2 outs, 2 men on as Thompson will step out of the box here, take a timeout. Thompson 0 for 3 on the day. He walked back in the fourth, flown out twice, and he struck out. Breaking ball drops in, and it just misses, so the count back to even now at 2-2. Wincoop ready. Checks the runners, deals 2-2. Just misses away, and the count now full, so the runners will be moving on the pitch. Thompson, a 2018 preseason All-American as a high schooler. As a senior in high school, I should say. Looking to cash in here for the Miners. 3-2 pitch. That ball is hit out to right field. Brandon Cody retreats to his left about 5 steps and makes the catch, and the side is retired. The Miners leave 2 more on base. They cannot capitalize. We go to the 9th and final inning with the Chinooks still leading 10-2.
After a night off on Thursday, the Miners will for the Chinooks, number 5, Patty McCormick.
Top of the 9th here at Herman Brothers Field. Chinooks 10, Miners 2. As the Miners bringing in another reliever out of the bullpen, it'll be 6'2" freshman right-hander Jacob McNary. He'll face Patty McCormick. First pitch, grounded over to third. Up with it is Tanner Carlson. Throws across the diamond in time. And 2 at-bats, 2 groundouts to third for Patty McCormick, as Jacob McNary gets a quick first pitch out to start the 9th. And now a pinch hitter coming on for the Chinooks. It'll be sophomore outfielder Trevor Cho by way of the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. First pitch to him. Misses away 1-0, and this righty-lefty matchup. Cho hit just .071 this past year, as McNary working quickly now falls behind 2-0. McNary working from the windup. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Cho swings and misses at a fastball on the outside corner. 2-1 the count now with one down. 2-1 offering now on the way from McNary. Another swing and a miss by Cho, and the count back to even 2-2. Cho got his lone hit of the year back on April 20th against Finlandia, and he attended D2 St. Cloud State prior to Wisconsin Whitewater, as the 2-2 pitch misses just a bit upstairs, and the count now full 3-2. Cho, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout this past year. Full count offering just misses inside, ball 4. So a free pass surrendered to Trevor Cho makes it 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 9th. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order with right fielder Brandon Cody. Brandon Cody 2 for 5 on the day with 2 runs scored. 2 singles to his credit. Singled back in the first, grounded out to short in the second, singled in the fourth, grounded out to short in the fifth, and struck out swinging back in the 7th as he fouls off the first pitch out of play. Brandon Cody tied for the team lead at Biola University this past year with 61 total bases as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And McNary got him to chase the breaking ball there. 0-2 the count. Oh, 2 pitch now to Cody. Just misses away, and Miners fans a little disgruntled at that one, as Jacob McNary was as well. Count now 1-2. McNary working out of the stretch in the left side of the mound. The Alabama native deals. Ground ball back to McNary. He'll throw over to first for 1. No, it gets away from the infielders as McNary hops it into center, and what looked like a routine play will be chalked up as an error. Could be a costly play there for the Miners, as McNary not helping out his own cause there.
Now batting for the Chinooks, center fielder, number 22.
And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Jess Davis. Davis is 1 for 3 on the day. He scored 3 runs, however. 1 RBI to his credit. Also reached base twice on 2 walks. 10-2 our score as first pitch to Davis. Low and inside, 1-0. As Sam Thompson will head out to the mound and have a quick talk with McNary. Runners on first and second, 1 down here, top of the 9th. Chinooks 10, Miners 2. McNary deals as the 1-0 misses away. Can't get command of that fastball there, and it's 2-0 now. McNary gets his sign, deals 2-0. Fastball fouled off to the left side and out of play by Davis, so 2-1 the count now. Jacob McNary this past year in his freshman season at Alabama, no decisions, 6.23 ERA in 13 innings of work, 10 appearances. Opponents hit .339 against him. McNary deals 2-1. Ground ball towards the hole, and it gets out into right field for a base hit. And they will not send the runner from third, so the bases are now loaded with just 1 down as the Chinooks threatening to pad what is already a pretty big lead here in the 9th as they try to add on just a few more insurance runs here. Jess Davis picking up his 2nd hit of the evening, and that's going to bring up the only Chinook starter that has yet to get a hit tonight in J. Paul Fullerton. He is 0 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. McNary working from the windup, first pitch. Fastball just misses inside, 1-0. McNary takes a deep breath. J. Paul Fullerton digs in, working from the windup. Here's the 1-0. Fastball grounded to second. This could be two. The flip to short for one. Back over to first. Nice pick by Williamson for the double play as McNary able to work himself out of a jam. Chalk that one up as 4 to 6 to 3 on that double play. The Miners will have one last shot. They've got an 8-run deficit, though, headed into the bottom of the ninth. They trail the Chinooks 10 to 2.
Yeah.
Bottom of the ninth here at Herman Brothers Field. Miners trailing the Chinooks 10 to 2. A new pitcher on the hill for the Chinooks. It's right-hander Brian Cardone, a 6'1", 200-pound right-hander by way of Katy, Texas and Trinity University, and he throws a first pitch strike on the outside corner to outfielder Justin Kirby. Cardone from the stretch. Oh, one pitch is popped up just past the infield dirt. And the shortstop, Patty McCormick, will make the catch, and there is one down now in the bottom of the ninth. And that's going to bring up the cleanup hitting Drew Williamson. Cardone, 6.75 ERA in 8 appearances this past season at Trinity U. First pitch to Drew Williamson just misses the outside corner. 1-0 count. Cardone working off the right side of the mound from the stretch. 1-0 pitch fouled off the catcher to the backstop. Count back to even now, 1-1 with one down here in the bottom of the ninth. Williamson on the day, still the only Miner with multiple hits. He's 2 for 4 with a run scored. Cardone gets set, now deals 1-1. Line drive toward right field and a base hit for Williamson, his 3rd knock of the evening. And the Miners have life here in the bottom of the ninth. Just trying to chip away at the deficit. Slowly but surely, they've got just 2 chances left to do it.
They're going to need a lot more singles if they want a shot at this one.
Absolutely, as we've got ourselves a pinch hitter here for the Miners. It's going to be left-hander Tyler Porter. Tyler Porter by way of Long Beach State University and Reno, Nevada, making his first appearance as a Miner here, subbing in for his fellow Long Beach State partner Tanner Carlson. Lefty on lefty matchup as Cardone's first pitch misses 1-0. Tyler Porter, a .423 career hitter in high school, the 2017 Southwest Arizona Player of the Year, coming from Tucson, Arizona. 1-0 pitch to him in the dirt, and Porter now ahead in the count, 2-0. In his freshman season as a Long Beach State dirtbag, Porter a .195 hitter, no homers, 15 RBIs, 6 doubles, 1 triple, and 14 walks, along with 1 stolen base. Cardone still working from the stretch. Here's the 2-0. Porter fouls one off, and this one's going to get out of play on the third base side, and that'll be a souvenir for some Chinooks fans. 2-1 count, 1 down. Drew Williamson at first base, as the Miners will have some serious work to do to try to tie this game up. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Again, fouled off, this time to the backstop, and the count back to even now, 2-2. Tyler Porter's father, Colin, was an outfielder for both the Astros and the Cardinals from 2003 to 2004. Porter a first-team All-State and All-Conference selection back in his senior year of high school. Here's the 2-2 pitch in the dirt with the breaking ball, and the count now 3-2 to Porter. The Miners will be in action next on June 7th, this Friday, back here at Herman Brothers Field against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, as Porter awaits the 3-2. Again, fouled off, this time out of play to the left side. As for the Chinooks, they will head back home tomorrow to take on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. From a span of June 6th to June 11th, they will play all 4 other teams in the ABL, all at home. Another 3-2 to Porter, misses high and inside, ball 4. So the Miners now with 2 base runners, and that's going to bring up the DH, Anthony Notaro. Notaro singled back in the first, grounded out twice in both the third and the fifth, and flew out to right back in inning number 7. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Brian Cardone, the junior right-hander coming from Seven Lakes High School, also listed as an infielder. Made 8 appearances this past year at Trinity U, 1 start, 10 innings of work. Opponents hit .244 against him. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Notaro. High and inside, 1-0 the count. Cardone's still working out of the stretch on the right side of the mound. He's got the pitch that he likes. Checks the runners and deals. Misses again, this time low and away, 2-0. 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Chinooks thus far in this one. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Miners to this point. 2-0 pitch. Misses, this time inside and low, and Notaro's got the hitter's count, 3-0. We'll see if he's got the green light here or if he chooses to take and wait for a strike to go by. Cardone still working out of the stretch. 3-0 delivery. Misses away. Ball 4. The 9th walk drawn on the day for the Matsu Miners. 9 walks, 6 hits to this point. But now there are ducks on the pond. Bases loaded with 1 out. And that's going to bring up Derek Lohr.
Now batting for the Miners, number 19, Derek Lohr.
As we mentioned, Derek Lohr coming from Coppin State University. 20 RBIs to his credit this past season, and a chance for 3, maybe even 4 more here. First pitch to him. Right there on the inside corner for a called strike 1. Cardone struggled a bit with his control this past year at Trinity U, and you can see it transitioning over to his time with the Chinooks as the 0-1 pitch is blocked by J. Paul Fullerton. That could have been a run on a wild pitch Nice job sacrificing his body there on a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Going back to Cardone, 8 walks compared to 7 strikeouts this past season as a member of Trinity University. 1-1, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Misses away, 2-1. The Miners once again threatening to make some noise here, but we'll see if they can finally capitalize and get some runs on the board. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lohr fouls one off behind the backstop, out of play, and the count once again even now, 2-2. The Miners first in the ABL last year in average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, runs per game, and hits per game. As the 2-2 pitch swing and a miss. Strike 3 swinging. Lohr is set down for the second out of the inning. And the Miners are down to their final out. And coming to bat, it'll be the Alaska native, Matt Palmer. Palmer 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. Reached on an error back in the second. Got a base on balls back in the fourth. Struck out swinging in the sixth and flew out to center back in inning number 8. And he is the last chance here for this Miner team. They're looking to avoid that opening day loss. First pitch to him is popped up on the infield. Underneath it is the second baseman, McCormick, and the ball game is over. So the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks come into Herman Brothers Field and spoil the party here on this opening night and home opener for the Mat-Su Miners. They come in and get a statement win to start this 2019 season, folks. Our final score from Herman Brothers Field: the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks snap a 10-game losing streak at Herman Brothers Field with a 10-2 victory over the Mat-Su Miners. Final stats for this game: the Chinooks 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Mat-Su Miners, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They got both of their runs in the bottom of the first, and they just weren't able to push any across for the final 8 innings of this game. And they suffer an opening night loss and spoil Tyler LeBrun's manager debut. Anyways, we'll have post-game interviews coming up for you.